You ready?
Nope, I don't know what we're doing.
Good, because I'm gonna fucking. You better get ready, because I'm about to do this shit. You want me to say something? I'm saying something. Let me see. Do it. Let me say something. Make it drop, DJ. We'll fight sunlight. Is it? Mike's hot. Mike's hot. Mike's hot. You gotta watch that was so good. All right. You ready? What's up, everyone? I'm Todd. This here be Chris. We're from Strength Faction. Today, we're going to tell you a little story about something we call Lightbulb shoulder cars. Now, we came up with this because of a client we have. Like most good things, they're an outcome of necessity. So we're trying to help her post-surgery with her shoulder, and she has limited range of motion. She's been through PT, she's cleared by everybody to exercise, but she's not where she wants to be with her shoulder. She's a rock climber, she's really outdoorsy. So we're trying to get her to be able to put her arm back overhead. But the reality is, she can't do a full range of motion shoulder cars, keeping this in place and get her arm to a good position overhead. For the past month, we did axial shoulder cars out to the side here, and we did scapular shoulder cars like this. But we were trying to figure out what can we do in between to start to get her back to a range of motion where she can get overhead, because she needs to be able to reach, right? So what we came up with was the Lightbulb shoulder cars. So what we've done is really put her into a position. We took her to her end range position with a shoulder flexion movement, and we added in a CARS movement here. So what that does is it takes her to her end range and starts to institute some kind of control. So as she does that throughout her workout, she can start to get a little bit more range just from those PNFE type contractions through rotation up here, right? So the thing about it is it's not even on each side. So one shoulder, she can get up to overhead pretty well. On the other shoulder, she's locked in here. But it gets better throughout the workout as we give more input. So we're just going to show you how we do that. So maybe you have a case that you can solve with something like this. So I'm going to have my Vanna White, a.k.a. Chris Merritt, a.k.a. Young Slim, a.k.a. Ginger Pride. We're having a parade in D.C. this year. I don't know if you heard about that. Ginger Pride Parade. So
November 16th.
November 16th.
3 days after the Strength Faction.
So you need a lot of green clothes and
a red beard.
You don't got. What about girls, Chris?
Red.
Girls have to wear a red beard too.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to have Chris go into what would be the normal flexion range of motion for a shoulder car.
For her or for me?
For just you're not going to have what you need. So he's here. This is as far as he can go. Right? He's locked in there. But his shoulder blade is wrapped around his rib cage, it's protracted, and he's here. So from this position, I'm going to have him spread his fingers. So we have some tension going the whole way down through his shoulder. And now he's just going to internally and externally rotate his shoulder here. So what we did is we stay away from pain, and we don't go to the real hard end point of the range of motion. We stop a little short of it and start to rotate there. Now as we can gain some range of motion, I'll let him go a little higher. So what we've found is as she starts to do the rotations, she gets a little more each time. And then by the end of the session, she's much more closer. That's not a terrible sentence. She's much closer to being able to get a full flexion range of motion. Now, does that hold after each session? No. We have to keep doing it to drive the adaptation. But it's a solution that's in between the full range of motion shoulder cars, the axial shoulder cars, and the scapular shoulder cars. It's also just another way to challenge range of motion for people that, have normal range, but getting them up here, getting them to rotate and reach gives them something else that, improves their movement capacity and competency and can add a little bit more of a dimension to your programming. I think I'm done. Chris isn't though. Chris isn't done.
Just get started. The song ended.
It's a really bad. We're done. I think we're going to be done now.
Can't dance this one.
We've had Kesha playing in the background the whole
wait it
time.
out.
I don't know if you're paying attention. I'm going to let Chris take the floor on this one.
I don't think it's going to
Because
It's not a good dance song. We'll see you guys next week.